Hi, I'm Rebecca. I am a new specialist nurse here in research in motor neurone disease who started in April. I have come from a background of oncology research. I've worked there for 12 years doing clinical trials in oncology, and I've moved now to this specialty, motor neurone disease. So my role has been created here through funding from the Motor Neurone Disease Association. The aim is to provide dedicated support in Nottingham and our surrounding areas for specifically motor neurone disease research. This area has been underrepresented in our portfolio of research, previously taking a bit of a backseat to other neurology research like MS. With the nature of motor neurone disease being degenerative and quite rare, also with no current cure, it means historically there's just not been the interest in this area of research that has been in other areas such as the MS. So the Motor Neurone Disease Association are working really hard to address this issue, and as such they've funded 24 posts for research nurses across the country in all of their motor neurone disease care centres and networks. We're not all in post yet. I've obviously started in April, and the other nurses are all starting over the next few months. But the aim is that we link together and drive research in motor neurone disease together, sort of following one vision. So I will be working with both patients and their families, as well as researchers in the UK, to bring research into NUH and offer that research to our patients. I'll be here to support patients when there is a trial, discuss the details of it and support them on their journey of going on the trial, and be there as an extra contact for them basically throughout their journey of treatment. Having somebody dedicated on the research side is really important. If you think about patients having supplement or dietary queries, they see a dietitian. If you think about a patient with home ventilation, they will see their specialist home ventilation nurse. So it should be the same for research, that if there is a research trial out there or they're interested in research, there should be a research nurse that they can contact and be supported through on that journey. So that is the aim of what we're trying to achieve here. So motor neurone disease is a progressive condition. There is currently no cure. We need research into this area to develop our treatment options and to provide better outcomes for our patients. To me, research equates to hope for these patients. With so little options, any form of research is surely a benefit. Currently, we have licensed one drug, and that is it that our patients can have for motor neurone disease, and that drug is riluzole. That is the only drug that we know slows progression. It doesn't act as a cure, and that is the only thing that we have if we aren't looking at clinical trials in our sort of armoury to offer patients. So basically, we need patients on trials to try and increase the number of drugs and options that we can give patients. No advancements come without research and evidence, so you need the research to be able to push forward. But it's also not just drug trials, it's also about improving quality of life and looking at symptom management, and we have so many trials that we're wanting to bring in looking at these options as well. So we both want to extend life and find cures, but also we want to improve the symptoms and the side effects of people undergoing their motor neurone disease journey. So it's really exciting to be involved in the early start of a push to research within MND. I come from a background of oncology, and when I think back to sort of 10 years ago working in that field, working with patients who had very poor prognoses, metastatic lung cancer, maybe a 6-month survival estimate, we trialled and tested drugs then that are now licensed and open on the market and are being given to patients, and actually they extend their life by, I've got a patient who 10 years down the line still lives with metastatic lung cancer, and that's all from the research that we've done over the years. So I think it's really exciting to see what's been done in other areas and to see what huge advancements have been made, and to think that although we're at the really early stage of research here in motor neuron disease, what the potential is for research and developments in this area and what huge impacts that could have on this group of patients. So for me, just to be present at the very start and hopefully follow this throughout my whole career, it's a really exciting place to be. I'd basically say to reach out to either myself or your area network research nurse if you're at all interested, to just discuss what's available and to link in with us, although our aim is that we will actually be contacting you, so that shouldn't actually be an issue. We want to be the ones approaching you about the research. But for patients who want to investigate what's available in their own time, there are a couple of great websites. The MNDA website has a whole research section, and also the MND Clinical Studies group. They list all of the available open trials to patients and link what areas are running those trials. So they're a fab place to start when you're just trying to work out what studies are available and if it's something that you might want to contact anyone about. But basically, don't be afraid to get in touch with us because we would love to talk to you about research.